Lightshow is a new mage spell that shoots 2 beams at enemies that deal 2 damage each, and then it shoots an additional beam for each Lightshow you've played. So the first Lightshow shoots 2 beams, the second one shoots 3 beams, the third one shoots 4 beams, and so on. So the goal, of course, is to cast as many Lightshows as possible, and eventually they deal like 20 damage or whatever. To get more than the 2 Lightshows that start in our deck, we have a few options. We've got Audio Splitter, a 3-mana minion with a death rattle that copies the biggest spell in our hand. We've got Rewind, which discovers a spell that we've cast this game. And we've got Volume Up, which draws 3 spells, and if we finale it, then we get to copy one of the spells we drew, which is hopefully going to be a Lightshow. Another way to get copies of Lightshow is with Photographer Fizzle, a 3-mana legendary that takes a snapshot of your hand and shuffles it into your deck. So what that is a 2-mana spell that adds a copy of the snapshotted hand to your hand. So if you snapshot 6 cards, you shuffle in a 2-mana spell that when cast adds all 6 of those cards to your hand, which can copy Lightshows directly, and it can also copy, Rewind and other ways to get more Lightshows. And then finally, the big payoff is going to be Grand Magister Rameth, which recasts every spell you've cast this game that didn't start in your deck. So for us, basically, it's going to recast all of the copied Lightshows and deal 1,000,000 damage. The early lists of Lightshow Mage I saw played a lot of Discover cards, I guess to try to hit more Lightshows maybe, but that felt really terrible to me. It felt like they clogged up the hand a lot. So I opted to cut all that stuff, play some cheap defensive minions like Glacial Shard and Armor Vendor that are easy to get out of the hand, and also defensive skeleton stuff because those cards have proven to be really good. And my results with those changes have been pretty good. I'm 11-7 with the deck. What kind of DK do we have?
You asked for it.
Hard to say how good the sand is without knowing what the opponent's playing. Renethal. Fizzle. With Fizzle, I think I just really want to draw Rameth. So I can have a Rameth that doesn't get patchworked. Tour Guide. Let's just trade this. Okay, that's a really good turn 3. And the Fizzle's looking pretty nice already with a double Lightshow. Oh my god, and Rameth. But I don't know if this is a patchwork deck. It's not unheard of that Blood would play these cards. And I did play against a freaking triple Unholy Renethal deck earlier. So it's just entirely up in the air what the opponent's playing. I think Artificers are pretty nice to have. Alright, so Snapshot is Rom and double Lightshow, which is incredible. And then also double Artificer, which is nice. It is 6 total cards though, which is maybe going to be hard to get full value out of. I'm not sure if the Snapshot goes in order. If it does, then I only need 4 hand slots for Rameth. Okay, it looks like it is triple blood. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Double face, huh? I don't really love all the chip damage this Tour Guide has gotten in, so I guess I'll kill it. And maybe it protects an Artificer. Astalor is pretty rough because my deck abuses Solid Alibi so well. But that's okay. This is potentially a double Rameth game, so maybe I don't need to be too worried about dying. Even if they really want to hit Rameth, there's no real reason to coin out Patchwork there, because Rameth doesn't come down for several turns. Another Lightshow. I guess I'm just playing double Lightshow here. Boy, does my hand look ugly. Volume up. Volume up. Or snapshot. I'll settle for Egwin. Oh boy. Mograine off Thematurge. Unfortunately, I think my Rameth only does 10 damage. It only casts one Lightshow. And it doesn't... I think literally all it does is cast the one Lightshow, right? It doesn't even like draw cards or freeze anything, or... It's just really bad. I really don't want to take this 7 damage. God, Rameth is not good here. I really don't want to eat 7. And this Rameth sitting in my hand is just... It's just gonna get freaking patchworked. Oh, thank God. Give me another volume up, honestly. Snapshot is great, too. Wow, this actually was terrible other than Snapshot, but the Snapshot was very good, so that's good. Snapshot gave me 6 cards, right? So I can play it here. Let's see what this does first. A Rewind? I'm not sure if Rewind can hit Snapshot, but if it can, that is super, super good. Okay, so now the Rameth is going to be able to cast 3 Lightshows that each shoot 7 missiles. So it's 42 damage out of Rameth. I don't know how many it is if I don't cast this Lightshow first, but for sure not going to be lethal against this. Probably just Rewind instead of Shooting Star here. Alright, I'm not sure if this Snapshot works. I also probably only need it if Rameth gets patchworked here. I believe Rameth is lethal here because I can Shooting Star the 1/1s. These each do 14, if I'm not mistaken. Nice. No, it dealt 1 damage to itself. Alright, that was just a beautiful, beautiful game. Paladin is probably going to be a pretty rough matchup. Volume up is good, but I don't really know if I can keep it against Paladin. How good is volume up in general off the mulligan? Oh, it's actually generally pretty bad. Okay. Armor Vendor and Fire Sale are both pretty nice to have. Show me a Righteous Protector and I will hero power it.
you buy it. My client has the heart of a Kyrian.
Wow. Now that's tempo. This thing, it makes a fire sale, which is, honestly, it's maybe pretty decent in this matchup. But mostly it's just a 4-3 here, which does pretty well into a 2-3. And into a 2-4. Muckborn Servant. I think this might not be an aggro deck. Still pure Paladin, obviously, because of the Lawyer. But I don't think Muckborn Servant makes the cut in aggro. So ideally I trade this Fire Sale into a Lightshow. But the audio splitter copying a rewind can also be pretty good. I think at this point rewind doesn't do anything, right? But it will someday. Wow, face. That's okay. Egwin's still good here. And then it should be quite easy to activate the volume up next turn. Oh. I guess it is aggro. Old Case sure is a nice card. I think I want to kill this thing. And I'll just play for board. Volume up gets a lot more difficult to finale at this point. But I'm pretty sure I can make it work somehow. Oh, okay. This is pretty mediocre. Oh god, that had so many stats in it. Well, there's my volume up activator if I want it. Let's see where these shots go. Do I want to hero power this? I don't think they would have played it if it was active. Probably should still kill it. I don't really have much game against Countess, unfortunately. But sometimes they don't have it. Okay, this does have spell damage from Egwin, but my hand doesn't really use spell damage very well. Snipe Liadrin. Alright, I think I'm just going to take a beating this turn. Solid Alibi or Fire Sale? Probably Fire Sale, right? Because double Fire Sale might just be pretty good next turn. I can actually go Artificer, double Fire Sale for 8 instead of 6, and I'll gain 4 armor. So that could be good. Okay, Rameth is nice. Well, let's go ahead and do some attacking. Alright, I guess it's just Fire Sale. Artificer's kind of good with Rameth, but I haven't even played a Lightshow yet. I mean, it's good with it because it's a 1-cost spell damage plus 2 minion. But I think maybe I just play it for armor here. can rewind another cold case maybe. And I think this Rawmouth casts like 2 or 3 cold cases. Probably 2. Hate to see that. Pretty small disco mall there. Maybe I try to take volume up off this. Definitely pretty low on cards here. So, yeah, I definitely have stuff in the deck worth doubling. Mostly the Lightshow. So it's probably worth trying to finale this. What if I just play, like, some spell damage? And then finale it? This is getting frozen, so... I don't know, it doesn't seem that easy to deal with these spell damage minions. Wow, double shooting star. I think I do want the Lightshow, but the shooting stars are kind of tempting. Triple shooting star with a cheap spell damage minion, maybe. Alright, so potentially 3 legendaries here. But I do have, what, like Thalnos, double shooting star, fire sale. That is interesting. Oh, wow. That's all pretty powerful. The bananas do get cast by Rawmouth, which is maybe a bad thing. Well, what if I go Thalnos, shooting star, fire sale? That will kill this. Leaves this on 2. This is still alive. I don't know by how much. I think I want this skeleton to die, because it can snipe here. And it went face. Yikes. Well, good thing I have solid alibi. Wow, they took a lot of damage here. So this turn, Anachronos is giving minions back. I mean, they're probably just going to kill the spell damage minions I get. But, it's kind of annoying for them, I guess. I probably want this rewind to hit a solid alibi. God, I haven't done anything for, Rawmouth to be lethal. That's a whiff. I mean, I do have 4 minions in play, and the opponent can only attack with 2 minions, so that's kind of good, I guess. I do also have like a solid alibi I can draw into, volume up, I believe guarantees, so it only draws, no, it draws solid alibi and Lightshow, so it does guarantee that. This is still frozen? Wow. Interesting. Wow, I really just don't even have to be that scared here, huh? Oh, I should have started by hero powering this. That was dumb. So the real question is, do I want to play this armor vendor? My opponent is at 6. Wait, this armor vendor has spell damage, doesn't it? I definitely don't want to play it. I panicked and played Glacial Shard. I probably didn't need to. I do have to remember, I think my Rameth casts double Cold Case, which is pretty good. So 8 armor. What an insane card for them to have, but makes sense considering they've been holding it. I believe Rameth does cast a Fire Sail, actually, which is really good here. Oh, I got a face shot. If I'm right about the fire sale, that face shot was really good. Okay, opponent's at 2. I drew... Oh, I got to the volume up copied because I was out of mana. Nice. Alright, so it should be a pretty easy win from here. I just need 1 of 9 Lightshow shots to go face. I've also got Solid Alibi if I somehow whiff. But I think it's probably... Oh, and then I have Commander Savara. I think this is just, like, checkmate, basically. Guaranteed lethal. Nice! Nice, nice, nice. I feel like that's probably this deck's worst matchup. I don't think I want Armor Vendor against Druid. Early Fizzle. Not a matchup where the shard matters, I'm pretty sure. Look at this beautiful chip damage. That deck can gain infinite armor, so chip damage is quite nice. Not a great audio splitter for the matchup, but it's also not terrible. I could go Fizzle for an Egwin here, and then get an insanely buffed spell damage minion, but that's probably too slow. Hopefully Fizzle can just hit a Lightshow at some point. Opponent's going a bit crazy. I don't think there's any reason for me to make the trade. I'm threatening to value trade, I get 2 damage, they want to trade this off for the armor anyway. I'm just gonna hit him for 2.
We all exist in harmony.
Definitely hate to see that, because the way that deck wins is an Ubercon nonsense. Alright, well suddenly my Fizzle just got so much better since I have Lightshow. But it's still kind of an underwhelming Fizzle, to be honest. No Nourish, please. Instrument Tech. Wow.
Nature speaks through my tunes.
Huh? surely hero power was better than playing Peaceful Piper here. What the heck? That is an insane spell damage minion. Does Fizzle copy this? The Death Rattle? It probably does, right? Kind of sick. I guess I'm down to Fizzle this hand. I'm freezing this more for the skeleton generation than anything else. The tambourine is so slow. So this is 4 spell damage. That means this does 12. What if I just blast him?
Gifts of the arcane surge within me.
You're dead to a skeleton death rattle, so good luck. But they can play a Nubricon this turn if they hit it with Flower Child.
Good morning, my beautiful Kelp. Good morning, my beautiful Kelp.
And then Drum Circle. Alright. So 2 skeleton hits. I can hero power this. And that would be what? I'd have a 1 and 4 for lethal and then a 1 and 3 for lethal. So that is lethal pretty often. I guess I just attack this in here instead of hero powering. Because if I miss, the hero power sucks a lot. I'd rather just go cold case volume up. How often is volume up lethal if I don't finale it? This does have a bunch of spell damage still, so even like a shooting star could be pretty good. There are 8 spells in my deck. Maybe I just start with this. Okay, bummer. Alright, got him. If that wasn't lethal, I would have just played the cold case, and that still would have been very threatening. Nice. Sometimes you just beat him to death.